Hello, students. How are you? I hope you're doing well back at home. I just wanted to make this video in order to clarify a little bit of what this Unit 4 in your book is. And, well, as you know, there are some questions that you ask in order to get some other person's attention or to see if they really are listening to what you're saying. So these are question tags. Question tags are just a short form or just a short or brief way to check if somebody else is listening to you or paying attention to what you're saying. Okay, and I found out that most of you have problems with this, which is why I am now trying to explain this a little better. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna start by this part. Okay, don't worry, just don't worry. We're gonna go little by little so that you may understand everything that we are saying. Okay, I hope that you understand that this pandemic is going to end anytime now, and I hope you're doing good with your families. And now I am going to use this color to select the part that I am going to be explaining right now. So whatever you see within the red box is what I'm going to be explaining now. Okay, since I have nobody to read for me, I'm going to read it myself, okay? One, a tag question is a short question. Well, you already know that. So we have as examples, we have you or haven't you, either the positive or the negative way. Yes, and that is followed by a statement, okay? Or well, in other words, it follows a statement, okay? So it is very important that you pay attention to this little example that we have here. This is a very interesting one. We divide this into two parts. This part, you haven't got a car, yes, is a negative statement. But whenever we try to make a tag question, just like this one, we need to do the opposite way. So if this one that I am underlining right now is a negative statement, then after the comma that you see here, after the comma, yes, after this comma, you need to go with a tag question using this auxiliary verb in the opposite um, version, which is if you have a negative one, then on the first clause, then you go with a positive one on the second clause. Okay. Well, as you can see, you haven't got a car will turn into have you for a tag question. Okay. Very good. So let's see this on the other example on the right. Yes, let's see it. Here we go with this one. Here we have a positive statement, which is it was a good film. Yes. Up to there, everything is positive. But after the comma, it's going to go the opposite way. Remember, all you need to do is just to use the auxiliary verb, in this case, was, yes, into a negative form or the opposite way, wasn't. Okay, and since we are talking about the film, a film, yes, a good film, then we're going to replace that by using it. Okay, so that is the way we start with the question tags. Okay, to go even further with this explanation, we're going to go a little down here on number 2. You see here, it says normally we use a positive question tag with a negative statement. Okay, so something you need to take into account is that this one is going to be a negative statement. Here you see the auxiliary verb in a negative form, auxiliary verb in a negative form, auxiliary verb in a negative form. Yes? So we do use an auxiliary verb in question tags, but we need to use the opposite one. In this case, we are talking about negative, right? Okay. So since we're using negative in the first clause, and I'm gonna use this color for you to recognize the first clause, the second one right here is going to be on the opposite statement, okay? Which is, if this was a negative sentence, then here you go with a positive question tag. Let's see the examples, okay? Let's see. Okay, let me just clear everything here. All right, here we go. Tom won't be late. Will he? Okay. So in Spanish, it's much easier, very simple. That would be Tom llegará tarde. O Tom no llegará tarde. O sí. O Tom no llegará tarde. ¿No ve? Tom no llegará tarde. ¿Verdad? O Tom no llegará tarde. ¿Cierto? All right. So in that way, boys and girls, this is a very common way we normally find out whether the person we are talking to or the people we're talking to are actually paying attention and want to interact with us. Okay, so that is about one example with the auxiliary verb want. Let's go on to the second one. Here you go. There is they don't like us. Yes, they don't like us. And of course, if this is negative don't, then here you have to start your question tag by the same auxiliary, but in a positive form. Do they? Yes. Now, something I can help you with right now is to do this in a very more natural way, which for most people is very hard. They don't like us. Do they? Yes. So that is the intonation that you should have, or the mood you should have in question tags like this. Okay, so it's very simple, not that difficult. Okay, now so far so good. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments of this video, or you can just email me or send me any message on Google Classroom platform, or just send me a text message on WhatsApp. Anyway, so we have already talked about the negative for a positive tag in question tags. Now let's see the opposite way. What happens if we have a positive sentence? And yes, if you have a positive sentence, then everything changes, right? Yes, of course. So here we go. That's a positive sentence that we're now given a little look. Yes. So the positive sentence here, you have will as the auxiliary verb, is a positive one. Should as well in positive form. And where, which is the past tense of be in a plural way in affirmative. Okay, so now since we go into the positive, after a comma, we have the tag question, which goes with the same auxiliary verb, but in the opposite meaning, in a meaning of positive or negative. So here you go. Will not will turn into want, and the question would be won't she? Yes. Let's read now the whole sentence. I mean, the whole question It says, Anne will be here soon, won't she? Yes. Or Anne will be here soon, won't she? Won't she? Yes. Remember, that would be for Spanish, Ana estará aquí pronto, ¿verdad? Ana estará aquí pronto, ¿cierto? Ana estará aquí pronto, ¿no? Ana estará aquí pronto, ¿no ve? All right, so that is the way we do this, and that's the, let's say, the way we do in Spanish. So here we have Tom should pass his exam. Shouldn't he? Well, he should because, of course, he is a student and he should be studying. So that's the reason why. But anyway, there you go. They were very hungry, weren't they? Weren't they? Yes. Remember the intonation for the question tag. That is very important. Okay, okay. So that was a little bit about how we go on to the opposite from positive to negative and from negative to positive for question tags. Now, how do we form question tags? This is a very interesting question that we have. And now here you go. The explanation is in 3.A, which is auxiliaries like be, have, can, may, must, should, etc. are used in the statements, are reported at the end of a followed by the subject, always a pronoun, with a pronoun, okay? So here we go. The examples are, let me just show you. John was annoyed. Yes, we already know that whatever is in this box, which is was, yes, will turn into a negative over here. But what we need to do is to turn this John into a personal pronoun, making reference to the person we are talking to in the main clause, which is John. Okay, so John is a male. Yes, John is male, he's a man. And the personal pronoun for man in a singular form is he. So there you go. John was annoyed, wasn't he? Wasn't he? Okay. Very good. If you feel like you are not learning as you should, just let me know, okay? Remember, I will be always open to any questions that you may have. Now, it doesn't matter if you have either John as a proper name or a personal pronoun at the beginning of a sentence before the comma and the question tag. What is important is that you always remember that in the question tag, you always need what? A subject, yes? Always a pronoun. That is very important, students. So always remember that. Always remember that. Yes? Always. Anyway, so we are going to continue. He wasn't annoyed, was he? Okay. So here you see very clearly two examples, in one positive and the other is negative. And you see how it switches from positive clause to negative question tag and the other way around. Well, if you have any thoughts about this, also you're welcome to just leave your comments in the video comment section, or you can just email me, send me any text messages on WhatsApp or any other means of communication, okay? So now, something you need to take into account is very, very important. This is not something that we all know when it comes to grammar, is that whenever you are starting with be form for first personal pronoun I, of course it's I am late. Now the question tag will go with the aren't auxiliary, okay? Aren't I? Yes. I am late, aren't I? Yes. All right. So that is something that you need to know. Please don't say, am I not? Yes. Always say, aren't I? Aren't I? Very good. All right. So there you go, students. That's how we form question tags. Now, so we are going to go a little further here so that you may have more of more than just one explanation, just a simple one. Here we go even deeper, okay? Here we go into the 12 verb tenses that we all know that there is in English. But here we're gonna give just one example, okay? One example. In letter B it says, with all all other verbs, tag questions are formed with do or don't, and does or doesn't for the simple present, and did and didn't for the past simple. And we can go on and on and on talking about past progressive or I don't know, future simple, future perfect. Anyway, what we need to take into account is to always remember which is the auxiliary verb that is playing role there. Okay, so here we go. In this part, you see, you like fish. Okay, if you know this is a simple present tense, you know that if you had to make a question with this sentence, you like fish. The question would be, do you like fish? Yes. So in the question tag, you say, do you? Yes, but with a negative form. So that is very simple, okay? If you don't understand, I invite you to rewind this video a few seconds ago. I explained this and you can watch it as many times as you want. So it's okay. Now let's go. This is positive, yes, and remember, if here is positive, then here it's got to be a negative one. So you do like fish, don't you? Yes, very important. Let's see this one now. Now here you go, it's much clearer here because you have the auxiliary verb seen over there. They don't like fish, don't. Yes, this is totally negative. So in the question tag, you see, do they? Yes. This one is totally positive. There you go. All right, so that's the way we switch. That's the way we switch. It's very simple, not that difficult. But we're gonna carry on with this now with the different colors. You all may see this. He likes fish. Whenever you see this in a simple present tense, of course, there is an S at the end. This means that if there was an auxiliary verb here, that one would be do. In the third person would be does. So he likes fish. Does plus negative, not he. So the contraction would be doesn't he? All right. So here is positive, here is negative. Same happens here, but this time we're not going to talk about a simple present tense and a question tag in the simple present tense. We're now talking about the past. Look, you see the ed here. That ed gives you the idea that there is no do, no does as auxiliary verb here. There is a did or didn't. So if you see the sentence, it says she liked fish. Okay, she liked fish. Remember, the pronunciation for the ed ending is t. Yes, liked, liked. She liked fish. Didn't she? All right, didn't she? Anyway, so here we go. Positive, negative. We're using this this personal pronoun, and we also need to use the same one, okay? Something that I always clarify is that you may start with a name, with a proper name, with a common name, or with a personal pronoun, but here, yes or yes, yes or yes, you need to have a personal pronoun at the end, okay? Always remember, intonations are very important whenever you're asking a question, a question tag, okay? You like fish, don't you? All right. They don't like fish, do they? He likes fish, doesn't he? She liked fish, didn't she? Right? So that way you know that you're doing things right. And people will see and give you their opinion on that. Okay? Anyway, so as you know, this over here is mainly about the simple present and the simple past. Now let's go into a different one. I can short this video by saying that all you need to do is just to look at the auxiliary verb you have there and then use the same one with an opposite meaning, which is positive or negative, and then add the personal pronoun that represents the noun at the beginning of a sentence. That's it. That's all you need to do. All you need to do, okay? All right, here we go. Now, here, we also have this. This is, let me just show you here. You have tea at 4. There's something you have as an appointment. And someone is trying to make conversation with you and also remind you in a very polite way to say, you have tea at 4, don't you? And you say, oh my gosh, I forgot. And then, of course, you do what you have to do in order to be at that tea meeting by 4. Okay? So that's how you do it. Okay, that's the way you do it, and that's why you use question tags. Another way to do this is with another auxiliary verb. You did your homework, didn't you? Maybe your mom is the one who is asking this question. You did your homework, didn't you? You did your homework, didn't you? Or you did your homework, didn't you? Right? This is something very natural that happens to moms all over the world. Anyway, let's go on to the C section here. Now here is very important for you to always remember this. I'm gonna put this color here. Yeah. Okay. Tag questions are also possible with there. So you have not only with all 12 verb tenses and auxiliaries, but you also have this there is and there are form, either in the present simple, past simple, continuous, or whatever. So in this section, you do the following. Tag questions are possible with there. There will be a strike. One there? Well, this is mainly something you may use in order to get some people's attention. Like you are in a strike today and you want to find out whether there is or not a strike for tomorrow. So you ask, there will be a strike tomorrow. One there? Yes? Okay. So students, I think that if you don't have any more questions, or any questions so far, because you are not actually asking questions right now, we can go into this little, let's say, quiz. Can I say that? Okay, so we can do this, and this is very simple. I'm not gonna do it now. I'm gonna send it to you as homework, and then that will be it, okay? Thank you very much for your attention and see you next time. Okay? Bye-bye.